Okay. Hit the go live button.
Oh, as I'm like playing with my eye.
Well, now it's live, but don't worry.
You see?
What?
You gotta warn me before you do stuff like that.
No.
That was part of the live. It said you're now live.
No. Okay. Look, after this is done, I'm gonna go back and check, and if it is,
well, we can just ask. Did you all see me trying to get an eyelash out of my eye?
I will edit it out.
Because David, started the live stream. I still have it in my eye. And so if you see me blinking a lot and like
they won't lie to us.
Pulling my eye, it's because I'm desperately trying to get this eyelash moved. It is very unfortunate. Okay.
DynoNid 123 said not.
Okay.
Look at this. They've is this new?
The little thingies popping up?
Yeah, like
no, remember one time we saw that and we're like, oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Arnite. I'm glad that that's where it came in. But remember, we had a whole discussion about it, and then we found out you could only see those reactions if you were on like the internet version, not in the app version, or only if you had it open a certain way. We've had this before.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all goes to say, if you do see me blinking a lot and playing with my eye, there is reason. Hopefully, eventually, this eyelash decides it is done pestering my eye. It is really unfortunate. David.
Yes.
Do you have any announcements? Oh,
I do, but sorry, I was just responding. Somebody who just signed up for CopyCon, I sent them a confirmation email, and they mailed me back saying that their last name was incorrect. And I looked, Google auto-corrected their last name. Their last name. They're like, it's probably not spelled like that. It's like, excuse me?
Yeah. I don't know what the abbreviation SAM stands for, but it's apparently standard enough that autocorrect, like every time I type my last name on my phone, until I specifically finally was able to teach it my name, so it hasn't done it more recently. But anytime I typed my name on my phone, it would put SAM in all caps with a little S behind it. And so every time I type my name, I'd be like, Sam's!
It's a surface-to-air missile. I'm serious. I mean, it could be something else, but that's what I know.
What does SAM stand for? Search Area Map, Science of Advanced Materials, System for Accountability and Management, Standalone Module. Apparently it stands for a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, Texture knows what I'm talking about.
Well, let's see if it recognizes this. Support and maintenance systems, but these are all with an S on it. It would always end up being these three letters capital and then a little S.
Sure.
And so it would have been one thing if they had capitalized all of them, because then it's like, okay, I'm just shouting my last name, whatever. But for it to appear in different cap sizes, that's kind of weird.
That's how you would pluralize surface-to-air missiles, with a lowercase s, so that.
Well, I found a lot of other options too, and I prefer not to think of myself as a surface-to-air missile. Thank you. I'd rather be a surface area management.
In my life, you kind of had the function of a surface-to-air missile. Anyway,
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment, like I've elevated you, or whether it's like you've blown up my life.
It's a samplement. Anyway,
a begrudging 5.
The crazy thing is, I didn't type their name out in the email I sent. I didn't type their name. I copied and pasted it. So after I pasted it, Google was like, no, that doesn't look like it's spelled right, and changed it.
Oh my God, that's awful.
It's crazy. Anyway, so I just have to be very careful about that. So anyway, 2 big announcements. Most LangTime relevant one is something that all patrons need to be aware of. Artifexian is now a voting patron. Artifexian has voting privileges on all future patron polls. So what that means is that all future polls are now going to have the regular options, and then there's going to be an option that just says whatever Artifexian voted for. So, you know, you can go ahead and vote for that one. Artifexian, you shouldn't select that one because then...
Because we need to know which option you want.
It would end up being like, you know, an infinite regress type of thing.
No,
you know, just,
you would break the system.
Yeah.
The language would collapse upon itself.
Yeah, anyway, so we appreciated all the patron feedback we got on polls, you know, up to this point. It's obviously not necessary at this point now.
I mean, it's essentially like, you know, the polls here in the live stream with Bibleridian. It's as soon as we know what Bib wants. Although Bib is sometimes really withholding and just says...
This is true.
I have my opinions and things like that, which I totally respect.
Yeah. Welcome to LangTime Studio, where the polls are made up and your opinion doesn't matter.
And that's a great reference to Whose Line Is It Anyway?
All right, so that is announcement number one, though again, a reminder, like I really want to make sure, especially for patrons, you know, like most of you, your KopiCon, you know, registration is just taken care of at this point. But it's like, if you want to go, like, really don't wait till the last minute to sign up. Because, like, sometimes, especially if something is free, which essentially it is for patrons, it's like, you just like, I'll just sign up whenever. We're rapidly reaching that hard limit. Anyway, so it's like, if you even thought you might go, definitely register right now. Okay, so that was announcement number one. Announcement number two.
I'm just gonna pull that up to remind you.
No, there was an Artifexian and Bibleridian collaboration. There's it's on Bibleridian's channel. You can spot it right away because the graphics don't look like Bibleridian's graphics. They look like Artifexian's. They did a video together. So yeah, it's already happened. You can enjoy it. Well, I mean, it's I think it's a bit demeaning to both of them to suggest that, you know, what we do here might be a collaboration. Really, they're just in charge, and we stream at their like by their.
If Bibleridian is the CEO,
yeah,
Artifexian is the CWO. Stands for World Organizer. I don't know how to put the C.
I was going to say something like
organizer?
COO, CFO, which are both things.
Yeah, but you know, Artifexian gets a special
CPO,
title.
Chief Premium Officer. So
I like a
Executive
CPO.
Officers,
Okay,
Chief Premium
CEO
Officer.
and CPO. I like it.
And then of course I am the COO, not the one you're thinking of. I'm the Chief Operating Officer, and Jesse is assistant. Production assistant listed at the end with the other production assistant.
Don't mind me if I get a sudden like twitch in my arm that causes me to do this every now and then throughout the stream, especially when your face is, you know.
It's crazy. I didn't think like things like that were real, but Jesse's assured me that they are, and it happens so frequently with us that, I mean, what else am I to believe? Anyway, KopiCon registration link is there, shoot, but actually, you know, the registration link for patrons isn't on there though because it was separate. So whatever, just message me or something.
Send us a message.
All right. But the next important thing is that we had a package arrive, and look at this. Who is it?
You know, maybe.
Oh, right.
Maybe don't do that.
I'm sure that nobody could see anything. But look who it's addressed to.
Jesse's eyes.
Oh, actually, maybe it was. All right, we'll take care of that after the stream. Very sorry. All right, so it is addressed to Jesse's eyes. I wonder what it could be. Boy. Oh, don't worry. All right. Here, why don't you lift that out of there? Just lift the whole...
Oh my God.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe, okay.
Okay, can you lower it a little?
Hold on a sec, and... Oh, wait. There's something in here.
Hey, Mateus.
What does that say?
Oh my God. Here's a gift especially for you. It will help your eyes. Can you guess it? From David and Meridian.
All right.
I'm guessing it's a lamp.
I think that you might be right.
Okay, so we have a situation in this particular area of the house, which happens to be where my computer is, and where I do most of my work is done on this desktop, which is in a corner that during the day is very well lit because we have this big window. And so during the day, it feels just fine. As soon as the sun goes down, this is the darkest corner of the house. And the only light we have, like I should really post a picture on Discord. The only light we have is attached to this fan above me. That honestly, when you look at it, you think, well, that's a beautiful light. When you turn it on, it must light up the entire area. But when you actually turn it on, it's the lamest non-functioning light I've ever seen. And on top of it, like, we tried to change the bulbs thinking, oh, we'll just get brighter bulbs for it. So we thought that was the problem. But when you actually take the light apart to change out the bulbs, the only bulbs that will fit inside it are like the size of Christmas lights.
It is
I mean,
comical how small the bulb is for this thing compared to the size of the light.
And so if you imagine like a nightlight in a hallway situation where it's really just meant to help you figure out where the wall is. Babe, we should really do that later. So it's making a lot of noise.
No, I know. Sorry. Okay. But there was something I wanted to show.
But anyway, it's like a nightlight, but like pretending to be a real light, and it's really non-functional. And so I can't work at my desk after the sun goes down, and it's been problematic for trying to get work done when it's like nighttime and like I need to work on a project.
So the reason that Meridian, by the way, was so excited about these lights is they came with little lampshades. Some of them are white, but there is also...
Yay! Oh, that is exciting.
Okay, sorry. That was what I wanted to show you. All right, I promise. We can do all the other stuff now. I know we made a bunch of noise and I just ruined everything. It's okay.
And Tincture says that none of the text on the box was legible. So
thank goodness.
That is something, but we should still, that part out.
I'll take a look at it. Because if we do, I think what happens is every time we go through and edit a video...
it means this isn't visible, the live comment
the live chat is not visible, like it removes it.
Which is so weird.
I believe. I mean, I'll go and double check right now the one that we had to edit most recently. But I think for whatever reason that is the case. Do you remember which episode that was? It was very recently.
No. But, I mean, we got reports. I think it was Jonathan who noticed it because they were watching at a later date and couldn't see any.
Oh, no. We noticed it right away. Remember? Because I opened up a language document.
No. Who noticed that the comments were disabled?
Oh.
Because Jonathan was watching the stream like at a later time. I think it was Jonathan. I may be wrong.
Wait a minute. What?
But
okay, here we go. Live replay.
Anywho's it's.
Is it this one?
We will get to the poll that David definitely knows the results for.
Yeah, all right. No, forget it. You're right. It's silly. There's no reason to be doing that right now. Okay. All right. But the thing that we are doing right now, where is language? Wrong one. Where is it? Where is that?
Oh, and thank you, Carl. I will fiat in Luke's now, thanks to David and Meridian. We just got to figure out where we're going to put the lamp.
Oh, I know. It's going to be right there.
Well, that's not going to help. I need it over here.
Where is the lamp that we have upstairs?
Over in the corner. And do I actually work upstairs or do I sit in the chair underneath the lamp when I need to see?
This one's going to have 5 lights. Not 3. I think that you will see it will work out magnificently.
I think it'll be right here.
I don't think that you'll need to, but it can go there. There's definitely room right there. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, I need Hauhof open. Oh yeah, the poll, right. Okay, so this was what? What did I do?
I'm just waiting for you.
What are you waiting for? I didn't do anything silly, did I?
Well, I mean, not being prepared, I suppose, but
Okay.
pull.
Season
Waiting.
5, poll 22. This is a BA poll before Artifactsian. All right, so
Yeah.
we were deciding because we were doing verbal strategies. One of the ideas we had is to do some sort of continuative. Something like to continue to X, keep doing X, maybe use statively in some fashion with our stative verbs. In other words, like, we might have a verb that means, I don't know, to be happy, and it might mean one thing without this and another thing with this. It's an option that we can do. But anyway, the question was, are we going to do this at all? And if we're going to do this, are we going to do something new or work with something that we already have? And we had two ideas for something that we already had. One was to use our hua, which is chase, which we've used quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one was hua, which was dig, hua, 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 hua. Mm-hmm. And that was another option for the continuative. Anyway, so we had a poll, an illegitimate non-Artifactsian poll, and the first option to be eliminated was A. Barely had any votes. There were a few votes, but most voters wanted some sort of strategy.
Which is not surprising.
Yeah, and so then it came down to B or C, whether we were going to use something existing or something new. And the result was, by a pretty wide margin, B. They want something new.
Oh.
They want something new. So we are going to do
also
something new. And I'm going to celebrate that with some random things.
But celebrate that with...
See? Random things.
Wow.
What is this doing now?
Super random.
Yeah. All right.
Can I? Ooh. I'm going to celebrate with that.
One little celebrate. The first place I ever saw that was Periscope. Do you remember Periscope? Social.
Oh, it's a social media. I was like, are we talking about a movie? A show? I don't know.
I think it was created by Twitter. It's like, I think it was controlled by Twitter, but it was a streaming platform that hooked up directly to Twitter, so that when you started streaming, it would go to Twitter and people could follow along on Twitter or on Periscope. It existed for a little bit, and every so often I would do it. But yeah, as you would stream, as you'd watch, there'd be comments down here and little people throwing up.
I had only ever seen that on Facebook before.
Facebook had a streaming
have live videos, yeah.
Oh, they must have done that at some point. Yeah, Periscope was pretty cool. We've never really recaptured the beauty of Vine. All of us, I think, still miss Vine. It's a really great platform.
I don't.
Did you know Vine?
My students told me about it, so I heard about it.
Ah, that was good stuff.
But I never... The only thing I'd ever seen was because students had shared with me the Bat Dad videos. Because they needed me to see it for context for their project in their grammar class, whereby they recreated Bat Dad videos, but he was giving facts about adverbs instead. And it was really funny once I realized like what they were doing, but
yeah.
I had no context for it. So that's literally the only thing I've ever seen from Vine, and like I saw it off of Vine because they had they made a compilation for me, so that way I would understand.
Nice. Yeah.
So no, I never used Vine, never had a Vine account, and never Vined.
Yeah. Jesse Rath had a popular one. Jesse Rath was the actor who played Alec Tarr on Defiance. And I did a Vine for him on his Vine when we were at San Diego Comic Con one year. Anyway.
Anime Fan has never heard of Vine outside of like a single mention. So Anime Fan also does not miss Vine.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good times. All right, so we're going to do some sort of continuative strategy then. Something like that. And it can't be chase or dig or anything else we've created before. It must be brand new.
I typed it. Oh, there it is. There it is. I see the purple. Okay, so we've gotten rid of 1. And we've gotten rid of 3. Our choices that we had here were chew, bite, and gnaw.
I'm going to throw out another one. And I'm going to throw out stay. Now, obviously, stay is used a lot, and you've seen it a lot. But since we're doing a language for dogs, there's also stay.
I would like to point that throw out has 2 very different meanings. And so I thought you were going to take one of these options and throw it away. And I was like, all right.
I'm going to throw out a new option and throw out an old option.
And it's like, it's so bizarre because like once I realized what you meant, like because you had said another option, it's like, oh, okay, wait, he meant that. But like I momentarily was like, oh, you're going to like delete one because they're all kind of similar and that makes sense. So
what?
Anyway.
Hang on. Open up OBS.
Oh, no. Is it doing the thing?
Oh,
man.
So go to
like this?
Yeah. And
double click?
Yeah, double click. And then just click it off something and click it back onto it. All right, now.
How's that?
I mean, honestly, you wait till now, Viren.
Oh no! It's even after I specifically said I'm pulling up the Kopikon website. Wow!
Nobody saw that.
You didn't see the poll?
No.
Oh.
This is.
Oh, we need to. We gotta like quit the stream now. Just done. It's rather unfortunate then that you still saw me with all my eye issues when it's like you couldn't even see the document for something to stare at.
Yeah.
I swear, I thought for a second it was gone. I got really excited, then it moved again.
Yeah. We're still up for eligibility for the 2023 Professionalism Awards. And I really think that something like this is going to take us out of the running. I mean, up to now, I think
been the utmost standard of professionality.
Yeah, especially in conlanging YouTubery, and now this.
They're going to throw us out.
Yeah.
Now that has only one interpretation, right?
Yes. In the context, in that context, yeah. Oh yeah, listening to us like we're some sort of podcast. It's funny. We do live streams that you can just listen to and podcasts that you really need to watch.
Mateus has a point. Our competitive position in the staying on topic triathlon that may be damaged.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
SOT as
oh
it's
my
known.
Goodness. I may have to.
You want to just
put water in my eye?
You want to just get up?
Oh my god, it moved.
Yeah. All right.
It's like right in the center of my eye now. I'm so sorry, you guys. David's gonna like throw out some more options and stuff.
Okay, I'm the captain now. So, the only reason I'm throwing out stay, obviously stay is one that it's used a lot. Maybe you will have heard it in Hawaiian Creole English. If you've ever seen not Moana, Lilo and Stitch, it features there. Stay is used as kind of like progressive locative copula. But anyway, the only reason that I thought of it was because we're doing a language for dogs, and stay is one of the commands for dogs, and we're kind of leaning into the dogginess of things sometimes, and so that's the only reason I wanted to suggest stay. Now, depending on how we do this, that's the question of how it's going to be interpreted with different types of predicates. So let's write out some sentences here. Yeah. Hua wa poivre. The cat chases the bird. And now we need something with a stative predicate. Like we've created those, right? Like to be X. I wish we could just look up all the verbs. This is backwards scrolling. And by the way, for those that have just tuned in to LangTime Studio, who are just jumping in right now, I did have to fire Jessie. She just wasn't cutting it the past couple of weeks, and so LangTime Studio has moved on from the Jessie chapter. We're on the lookout for hosts, so if you have any recommendations, throw them in the comments. Okay, where's that verb list that Jessie created? She's so invaluable, always sets things up so well. It's going to be tough without her. Oh, okay, well, there we go. McCain is the new co-host of LangTime Studio. Oh, yeah, what about Bibleridian? Yeah, sure. What about Leonardo DiCaprio? Give me a break. All right, so let's see. Bark, howl, to heel, to play, to run, to pull, to give off a scent, to flee, to shake, to stand up, sniff, catch, bite, lick. These are all very active things. To sleep. Quiet. Wait a minute. Tincture writes, it would take some significant and embarrassing failures for Bib to take control directly. I think that's quite true. I'm remembering that we have adjectives in this language that are deriving from nouns. And so, and also we have a copula. So we don't really have stative verbs. You'll have to excuse me. I momentarily took leave of my senses. Okay, let me go down the copula section. Negation, copula, here we go. The dog is a master, the dog's not a master, dog's in the forest. Did we do any of these with stative predicates? Huh. Okay, so a serious question here for those that are good at remembering things that we've said in previous broadcasts. Did we come up with a decision to actively draw a distinction between using the equative copula and the locative copula with adjectival predicates? So in other words, we could say the dog is a big one with an equative predicate. I mean, that's a given. With an equative copula, that's a given. Did we suggest or decide against using the locative copula with that same construction, with, say, the interpretation of the first being that for something that's permanent, like the dog is tall, the dog is a tall one, all right? And the locative being for temporary, like the dog is tall at the moment. So like used with happy, it might make more sense. With the equative, it would be the dog is a happy person, the dog is a happy one. And with the locative, it would mean the dog is happy at the moment. As in other words, this is essentially the same distinction as is drawn between ser y estar in Spanish. So, estoy feliz, I'm happy right now. But soy feliz means kind of like I'm just kind of happy person in general. It's kind of odd to just say that, I think. Yes?
It's still in there, but like I can't do anything else.
Oh, man.
And so you're gonna move so I can sit back down because I heard you try to fire me.
Yeah, try is an interesting choice of words. Ugh. Anyway, so did you hear the most recent thing that I said?
Spanish.
I couldn't remember if we had made a decision about using the equitive and locative copula with adjectival predicates and drawing a semantic distinction between the two. And one of our choices may have been, no, we're not going to do that, but I don't remember. Dianid says that they don't remember us doing that. And like, I don't remember us doing that. Because I remember it was a big thing when we were talking about like negation and things like that.
I was seeing if we had any examples, because these are all actually nouns, like the.
And you know, we're not using a copular distinction in like. I mean, it's not serving as like an auxiliary ever. It's always a main verb. Oh, I thought I saw a squirrel. It was just somebody's hat. That's disappointing.
Oh, well, this is embarrassing.
Whoever wrote that should be fired as a co-host, right? Right?
Indeed.
Oh, okay. We have the dog is big. Okay, but this is just for comparison.
Yeah, but I was trying to see.
And we used... What? We used the genitive? Wait, hold on, scroll up. Can you scroll up to the copula?
Oh, well, that requires scrolling down, but sure.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, see, we're up here. The copula is way down here.
Okay.
So it's like this.
Why does it use the genitive?
Because it means they're giving off the scent of a dog.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Whereas the locative is like a different one.
All right, so this is relevant to the current conversation, or what we're doing right now, because depending on the semantics of what we decide to use for this continuative, we could use that to draw a distinction between, for example, the dog is a happy dog generally, or the dog is happy at the moment.
It's like the dog is in happiness.
Yeah, so it's like we could do that by changing out the copula. We could say, no, you just can't use the locative copula with adjectival predicates because it doesn't make sense. And then we use this continuative function to either be, with an adjective means like he is that all the time, or he is being or performing that right now. So like, since it comes from giving off a scent, it's like if the continuative is giving an interpretation of being in the moment, it could be that that one is temporary. If instead the continuative is giving off the impression of still, like this is still happening, and it keeps happening, it continues happening, it could give the exact opposite impression, and that it is something that is habitually associated with this dog, and so the dog is a happy one. So it's like, we can do this. It's just a matter of what we want to do, and somehow we're going to need to find a way to make this decision.
Yeah, I want everyone out there, you included, who's able to just like blink without pain. To really appreciate that. Don't take it for granted. Or for marble. It sounded like I said granite instead of granted.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you. I'm struggling. Okay, so
this is
and like there's nothing I can do. I have literally put like half a bottle of, eye drops in my eye.
and this stream is dedicated to sufferers of PBS, painful blinking syndrome.
Yes.
Everywhere.
And so
we are thinking about you. We're not offering you any financial compensation or anything like that, but we're thinking about you. This is for you.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, it feels like that would be in the spirit of our system to have some sort of distinction like that. And you're saying we could either use like the equative and locative, or we could use the continuative to create that.
Yeah, I'm adding some sentences to the purple section.
You're right, Tincture. This is like the first part of our stream has been about my eyes with the lamp and
yeah,
and then this, which has been going on since before the stream. And like, I swear all I'm doing is accidentally plucking what eyelashes I have, which it's not like I have an abundance of them.
If you want, it's a little irregular, but we can switch seats, and like you can sit here off camera and
not worry about everybody seeing me.
Yeah, and
having eye attacks.
But then you can still participate. Like
I may do that because this is. I don't want you guys to have to stare at this the whole time, but
right.
like I can't stop.
All right.
I feel very unprofessional. I'm sorry to all those actors out there who can like somehow maintain a straight face while wearing those crazy contacts that are like so thick to make their pupils look like 100% different from human pupils, and they just do it like, yep, get used to it. Hats off to you, because I'm struggling with what is either a very small eyelash, because my eyelashes are not that thick or anything, or a like piece of dirt that I can't even see, which I think it may actually be, because normally you can see an eyelash, but I think this may be just like a little piece of dirt or something. But like, I swear, if I had those big contacts in my eyes, well, let's just say that would take over my performance. The Eye of Jesse is a powerful magic item. Oh, Mateus. Yeah, if there were a fly in my eye, no.
That features in. So, do you want to do it? It was an offer.
Yeah, but leave that open, because like.
Oh, you just want to use mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I may as well, because otherwise I'll be on my account, and like.
Right.
Every time I move my cursor over, I'll take over your screen. I'll put your water bottle there. All right, the big switcheroo.
One of the elements of circular logic in Catch-22 is Appleby, right? Who has flies in his eyes, and then or they say you've got flies in your eyes, and they're like, what do you mean? I can't see them. And they say, because you have flies in your eyes.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right.
This is nice though, just to be able to see. I clear that off every week for you now, by the way.
Thank you. It begins to wear on the underside of the knees.
I can see why. There's a little space where you can put your feet up.
Yeah.
And there I am.
Yeah, but like
my shoulder. I
actually totally meant sit in that seat. It'd be because it's comfortable for you.
It is.
You'll still be heard. So where? There we go. Okay, so here are the 3 sentences that are going to be relevant. And it might be the case that our new continuative can be used with all 3 of these, or just some of them. And it's on us to figure it out and figure out what it would mean. First thing that we might want to do we want to eliminate using the locative with adjectival predicates?
Should the locative actually be something that could be used with the continuative as well? Like actually as a locative, it's like the dog is in the forest.
It's another open question. Another open question. And when I say adjectival predicates, that would also be nominal predicates, and so it would have to have an interpretation. Presumably, like if it were temporary, it would be like, as opposed to the dog is a mastiff, the dog is being a mastiff. So in other words, like let's say that there was some sort of a profession. There would be a difference between a dog being a doctor and then a dog acting like a doctor in the moment for some relevant reason, or maybe playing a doctor on the, something like that. In English, we draw that distinction between like, John is doctor versus John is being a doctor, where the latter interpretation, like it can only mean something like whatever the relevant context, John is either pretending to be a doctor or acting as a doctor or portraying a doctor or something like that. It's the only way in English you could say, is being a doctor or is being a profession or something like that. So we could do that.
That's the classic distinction between your mean and your being mean.
Yes. And then with the verbs that we have suggested for the continuative, let's draw a distinction between chew, bite, and gnaw. They are all actions, so that are very active. It's something that the agent is doing, and they are iterative. Staying, on the other hand, might be active, but it's more like kind of unaccusative, I think. That is, the chewer is not the chewee. The stayer is the stayee. So they're the same argument. And it's not iterative. It's continuative.
Right. That is true. As a really random side note, I realized as you were saying that I forgot to tell you something that happened on my walk today.
Okay.
Very important. I was walking up and like coming up the sidewalk toward me. Oh my God, did I just get it? Coming up toward the sidewalk was like, first of all I saw was the dog. So there's a dog walking towards me. Very cute dog. Medium-sized dog, so almost a real dog. And then behind the dog was, obviously the owner was like pushing a stroller and walking as well. Dog had one of the like rubber dog frisbees in their mouth.
Yeah.
And so they're like all leading the way with their frisbee in the mouth down the sidewalk, so happy. And then they see me. They stop and like I'm like, ooh, I'm getting ready to take a picture. I'm getting ready to like be able to pet a dog. And like the dog drops the frisbee and like turns and runs back to their owner, like protecting owner, and then like left the frisbee there until they got back up to the frisbee. But like it was really cute because it was just like as soon as he saw me, he was like, stranger danger, drop frisbee, run. So I let the dog be. I respected the personal bubble that was obviously being set up.
You have a very threatening presence.
I know I do that. But it was just so cute, and that just reminded me of like the things that dogs do iteratively or whatever. And I was thinking of like guarding, protecting, frisbee dropping apparently, and whatnot.
Well, I think that we should do this process backwards. So let's start with this decision. Are we going to do stay, kind of unaccusative thing that is continuative, not iterative? Or are we going to do one of chew, bite, gnaw? We're not making a decision about which one. Something that is agent directed, and iterative.
If it's agent directed, would you say it's agent labile?
Actually, yeah, these verbs are agent labile. At least chew and gnaw are. I don't know if bite is agent labile in English. This, by the way, is a term. A verb like eat is agent labile, in that you can say I'm eating an apple or I'm eating. A verb like devour is not. You can say I'm devouring an apple. You can't say I'm devouring. So yeah, chew and gnaw, I think, are agent labile. I'm chewing an apple, or chewing on an apple, I'm chewing. I'm gnawing on an apple, I'm gnawing. Bite, I don't know. Biting an apple, I'm biting. A little weird. A little weird.
Um, this is really interesting because, like, I actually like both, and the strategies will just be like a semantic difference in how we set it up, which may have implications on the grammar where it's actually applied and how it's applied. But at the same time, they're both really good options in terms of whether we go with some sort of iterative. Would the dogs originally view something as being iterative as continuative, or something where it's like you're staying in a particular way?
Let's think about how the syntax of it would work to try to create a little, doggish sentence using English words. All right. So the cat chases the bird. So chases the cat to the bird. I think that R2 is actually derived from chase, isn't
Yeah.
it? So chases cat, chase bird. With something like chew, you'd want to say, choose the cat, the chasing of the bird. I think that's how you'd want to do that, right?
I'm not sure I like that.
It's like they're gnawing on it. They're gnawing on the action of chasing, of the bird.
I guess to me that kind of renders it differently. I would envision that as being something to indicate like they're really trying. Because they're attempting, they're chewing at it, not really succeeding.
Okay. So here I'm gonna write that in there. So
I'm gonna fix something here. There we go. I just fixed something up.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so that's that one. Let's figure out how the syntax of stay would work. Unaccusative verb, it would be a main verb. So the cat is staying, probably on, right?
On or in, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, woo. Glad I was on screen for that. Okay. So stay cat, we're going to say locative, chase, genitive, bird. The cat stays on at the chasing of the bird.
So in this case, our continuative would have, at least in the early stages, however bleached it gets, would have been sort of like to keep doing something,
Yeah.
rather than like rather than just implying that it's happening now, like in a continuation, like, oh, that cat is chasing the bird and it's like going on right now and it's continuing to go on, and there's no like really insight if they never catch the bird. They're doing versus, yeah.
I want to. Have we just created two different auxiliaries?
I feel like we may have.
I think maybe the first one is, if we lose actually the iterativity, this could just mean try or attempt.
Right.
That's one option. Another one is, I think, for me, influenced by English a bit much, because when you say, I'm chewing on something, it means that like you're mulling it over, you're thinking about it, you're considering it. And so that I think it's interfering with my thought process there, because it's like I think of that, oh, the cat is chewing, the chasing of the bird. It's like it's thinking about it. But it's like I don't know if I would have that thought if I were not an English speaker. You know what I mean?
Probably not. And like for me, like in the semantics of it, rather than thinking about it, I got the idea that like the cat is trying, but like really not doing a good job at it, which is why you keep chewing on something. So it's like you got to keep going, otherwise it's not
right.
Not good. And like especially in the sense that we had thought about chew in the sense of like how dogs kind of chew at like something going on their skin. It's like you keep doing it because it's obviously not working.
Yes. So there's that, like about the getting at an itch, right?
Yeah.
And then also, if you think about it in the sense of eating, um, dogs, really chew things rather minimally. They chew it to a specific endpoint. It's like it needs to be chewed to enough where they swallow it and then it's done.
Right.
They have to keep chewing and chewing and chewing. Something is not going right.
Right. And so it's like sort of the try and the meaning of like you're doing something, but
yeah,
my oh my,
it's like it has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
How do you say that? Because it's not negative as in like morally wrong. Negative in the sense that you're trying and failing as opposed to just trying neutrally.
Well, and I wouldn't say a negative connotation.
Yeah, what's the word?
It has a puppy connotation. Like, ah, what a dear heart. Sure is trying to catch that bird.
And I didn't...
It could be endearing.
It could very well be endearing.
But it's also diminutive in a way.
When I say negative, I meant...
not successful.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Cool.
The attemptative is what I will call it.
All right. So that is decision 1. Oh, and by the way, Magpie says there's a woman who drives a golf cart around their neighborhood with a huge golden retriever, and often they are positioned such that it looks like the dog is driving. That's always nice.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't... Will you hand me my phone? Pretty please? It's like right there.
Right. Tincture, it's not labile verbs. There's 2 different types. There's agent labile and patient labile. Agent labile is like I'm eating an apple versus I'm eating. Patient labile is the window broke and like the ball broke the window. So in other words, both of them have the same thing. They have 2 arguments in one stage and 1 argument in another one. Whether it's agent labile or patient labile is which argument remains in the intransitive version, the agent or the patient. So.
Okay. And I'm gonna pull. Well, oh wait, there's YouTube. Okay. And I'll let you know if you actually get this on screen. But this is for Magpie.
All right. This is. You want to tell it?
Well, okay, so this is a photo of my parents' dog, Ruger, and like that's the side-by-side that they drive on the property to get to the chicken coop and whatnot. And
by the way,
Ruger was going on chores with them, specifically with my stepmom, and he positioned himself as if he was the driver of the vehicle, and it just really tickled us.
Did it show up?
I think it's just now getting to it because I looked down for a second.
By the way, side-by-side is a colloquial term that they use to refer to a wheeled vehicle, an electric cart. I don't know where the term side-by-side came from, but they use it so much that I think they think it's normal and everybody will know what it means, but nobody does.
Anyway, I don't know that it was on. Here's you handing me the phone. Like somehow it skipped because I was looking at you and I wasn't looking down. That's a problem I have often.
Did you see the? Did you just anybody? Did you see the dog in the little car? If not, I'll show it again.
I tried to put the playback. The little draggy line is not as on point as I could hope, and so we can keep moving forward. I'll let you know if it didn't show up.
But that
Wow,
reminds
you
me.
did a lot of talking while I was looking for that picture. There we go. Oh, here we go. Now, I should try to do. I see why people do playback. Ooh, I'm seeing. Oh wait, is that you doing the reacts?
Hmm. Okay. Huge, wide, and tiny.
Okay, so you had the
I posted a picture of our fan in the Discord.
I'm gonna put a picture in Discord, this Ruger picture in Discord, so that way people can see it. Because it was like you could see it. I think that's as good as you could do, but there was like reflection coming from the window. Anyway, sorry, that was another reason we may be out of the running for the staying on task triathlon
Mm-hmm.
or whatever that was supposed to be.
Yeah, the staying on task triathlon. That's
Or
hot.
topic, staying on topic.
Okay. So we need to come up with forms, but aside from that, now that we have those, there's really no a priori reason that we can't use those auxiliaries with any copula. Because copula is just a verb. It's going to have an interpretation. So I don't see why we couldn't use them. Or we wouldn't. The window was a bit small to get a good visual. Oh, I'll just go on the Discord. Actually, could we, since you're on your account here, can we somehow get the picture from your iPhone onto the screen via magic, remember?
Without opening up like text or something, or my entire photo library.
I think if I enter your social security number in here, then it gives the computer access to anything that you've got.
Okay, hit somewhere in the document, wherever, like enter down.
Here, let's go up here. Okay.
And paste.
My God, it's working. It's working.
There you go.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The document is so angry right now. Like on mine, it's like, I'm not going to show you what just happened. Oh my God. Look, it's just
okay.
Like, look what happened on your screen. It's just like, I hate you.
Wow. Okay. How can we make this a bullet point?
I feel like it's got to be saved.
Okay. Well, you text it to somebody, and then
Okay.
and then here I'll just.
You know what? I'm gonna text it to you because then I'm on your computer.
Yeah.
And I can like save it. I'm gonna do this. Okay. But now people have seen it. So now.
Yeah. Is it gonna stay? Okay, no, it is gonna move with the text. Good. Okay. All right.
And put it in our art folder for LangTime. So okay, so I'm gonna work on this.
Okay.
You keep going and keep the stream moving because we're on task.
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so I think that we are where we need to be, so we're at a choice point. We need to come up with phonetic forms for chew and stay. And these can be as big as you'd like. We can, if we so choose, reduce one or both of them in much the way that we reduced I think I made a mistake right there. In much the way that we reduce the copula, they can likewise be reduced. Yeah. I want to make sure But yeah, so throw out some form recommendations, and we will get them in there. Where's the... Okay, no, I did use the grave accent. Okay.
Did you intend for the picture to still stay? Is it still in the document on purpose?
Yeah, I shrunk it down.
Okay. I was like, since there. Okay, are you typing options right now?
That is the dog, by the way. The dog from Jessephi's A21. See.
Obviously.
I'm waiting for recommendations for phonetic forms for chew and stay. I feel like our delay is significant.
It is today because, like, I swear there was about a minute and a half delay when I was trying to watch the playback.
Yeah.
To the point where I thought I had, like, missed it, but in reality, it was just taking forever.
Yeah, okay, so there we got a good recommendation from Miles. Bach. So Bach becomes Bachel. Bachel. Yeah, that's good. I really like that one. I think we've used that one. It'll be great to draw a distinction between its auxiliary form and its regular form. Yeah, there we go. I actually kind of like it so much that at least for that one, I don't know if I want to accept more. What do you think?
Oh, what was it? I was doing the bullet points.
So the for chew, the modern form would be bachel. But then I was thinking it could be that one makes a lot of sense that it would be shortened to just ba,
Okay,
as the
and
auxiliary.
what is the protoform?
Bach. So
B pharyngealized?
yeah, a and then qua. So tired. I think it's everybody else's fault but mine.
That is very similar to our verb for to bite, as long as you're good with that.
Then bite shouldn't have been included. Remember, we're doing something new. What is our verb for to bite?
Bite. Bite.
Well, that's a little screwy, isn't it? Okay, then let's do a different consonant. Something that we haven't used.
If we like the pharyngealized, I mean, whether we could have the, a D, a T, we could have a...
Yeah, D works as long as we haven't used it.
We'll double check. We have no words starting with the pharyngealized D.
Nice. I say we do it.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I like the sound of it. It was just like really close to what we were going for.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, and that was pharyngealized D, A, Q?
No. Uh-oh. Bibleridian adjusting his tie. I hear and see that Jesse had to be let go. Jessie knows what she did. She understands the error that she made. She accepts her punishment, being in timeout for the rest of the episode, and she will strive to do better next time. Okay. You really missed out on the look she gave me. That was incredible. All right.
Now, give me the protoform again, please, because I'm adding it to our list.
So da, which is pharyngalized D, then aw, I'm sorry, aw, and then KWH, right?
Whoops. And that was going to be to chew, correct?
Yeah. And then this is valency. Where do we put this? Okay, that's the habitual. So it would go up here. The next auxiliary. Oh man. Bibleridian would have been a great NPC in the original Diablo. Yeah. Go up to his shop. Well met. And be where you
would
trade
Does
books.
this involve Bib's monocle or not?
Well, the graphics were not what they are today, but I'm sure you could make out a monocle.
Top hat?
Oh yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have suited the setting, but you know, that's more the Worgen from World of Warcraft. Anybody? Anyway, next auxiliary we'll be chewing on is our, what are we going to call it? Attemptive?
Yes.
Attemptive or trial or what?
But unfortunately, trial is
Triative?
different because it also then, like, if you see it in a grammatical context, you immediately think trial is in the three, or at least I do, and so it's
which is also pronounced trial.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I have problems with that.
Did you really think it was pronounced trial?
No, David, I go around purposefully mispronouncing words because that's how I create fun. Or foon, if you will.
I am.
You are on fire today.
No, I know. I'm
Let's
about to get fired.
get slap downs in place.
In Navajo, Bibleridian says the trying to verb form is called the conative. It's a weird.
Well, that's fun.
Where does that come from? Yeah.
I'm searching for. What? I keep accidentally hitting the corner.
Connor is try in Latin? Oh, it's just got a one N. It's just got one N. Conative. Of or pertaining to a striving action.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Oh, okay, one N. Yeah, no, I did too. I was copying the original. But of course, we could call it, the strivative. That sounds fun, doesn't it? All right, I have to get back to.
I like strivative.
I know.
Um,
But no, conative does.
And
Makes
I would have
sense.
said conative, which is apparently another pronunciation.
Oh, well, the reason I said conative was because, again, it was originally spelled in the comments with two N's. So it's like, now I don't even know what to say. Conative sure looks right. Okay, see, conative auxiliary. It derives from the older verb ba. No, I'm sorry, it's da, isn't it?
Yes.
Da, meaning to chew, and that's gonna.
What were you trying to do?
Get to the IPA keyboard. How do you do pharyngalization in our conlangery?
With the dot? Or with the
No,
thing?
the IPA.
Do the window key, which is Alt.
Yeah.
And then the 6. So Alt 6, and then do a Shift question mark.
All right.
Because that's our little make it go high thing.
Yeah. And then it's and then how do you do a super segment W and H? Same thing?
Same thing, but with W and H, yeah. So
Okay.
the Alt 6, and then W, and then Alt 6H.
Right on. I really love this verb, this word strivative. So I'm just gonna write it because it sounds cool. It derives from the older verb dachol, meaning to chew. It has been shortened to da. Da. All right. Okay. The dog is barking. What did we say?
They're barking, or they're chewing the barking.
Oh,
the barking.
So I left something out. That needs to be accusative. So it needs the what. And then I don't think anything happens to ra intervocalically. Dabram warof, and between the barking of. Oh, right, because that's intransitive. Okay, the dog is trying to bark. Oh boy. Now we have the dog is chasing the bird, and then now the dog is trying to chase the bird.
Okay. I feel like I can at least get on screen again without being too.
Would you like your chair back?
I would like to point out, though, that, like, the top hits on Google when you just search side by side are the vehicle. The next top hits are refrigerators that are side by side models. But, like, at least I know it's like that's.
I think ATV is more common.
But it's a type of ATV, so you have to. That's the bigger umbrella term. So, of course, it's more common because it includes a much broader type of vehicle. Okay.
Huav? Huav? Crap, I don't remember.
Oh, do you want me to pull up that chart?
I think it's actually just hua. A huav, yeah.
Really got it. Yeah, so we had to change. Because it was a K, right?
Hua. So it's gonna go. No, it was a K. You're right. I'm sorry. A qua becomes a hua. Yes. All right. Okay. And this one just becomes a dotted H. Is that right?
Because it was an H?
Was a regular H.
And we're in the
Hua, yeah, it just becomes a dotted H. All right. Okay, so there we go. The dog is barking. The dog is trying to bark. And then the dog's chasing the bird. You know, and then yeah. Oh wow, that's good. Okay, I never tried to say that before. Bram Dog is trying to chase the bird. And I'm going to add a note here. This auxiliary carries with it the implication of failure, although the failure is often seen to be endearing, as a puppy attempting to jump onto a mossy embankment, but failing, as his little legs provide him with insufficient thrust. Okay.
And I also updated the bullets for you.
Bless you.
Yeah, let's celebrate.
All right.
Also, let's celebrate that my eye is starting to feel better.
I would like to see that expanded upon in a heartfelt Tumblr post, George. Every time David pronounces a dog word, I get a weird feeling. Cheers, partner.
Cheers. Feel bad for all the noise we've made in the background today. Sorry, everyone. And this is not getting better. I can't get this candy out.
Kopiko, when sitting still is just too quiet. All right. I'm going to take this opportunity. Go ahead.
Oh, we switch them?
Yeah, we'll switch them.
Goodness.
What happened?
You elbowed me in the glasses.
I did?
Uh-huh.
I'm also now wondering if the way I walked, my underwear was visible. Oh, God.
Pull it up on YouTube. You got like 45 seconds before
It has been a strain.
Okay.
I missed it.
Well, you can always just drag it back a little.
A little?
Yeah, just drag it back and you can see. And then, okay. So we have that auxiliary.
I really like my hair.
I like it too.
Thank you.
It looks nice. Okay, so we've got one.
I think it needs to be taller, but I think that 100% you do. Goodness gracious.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. By the way, I'm having a really bad pain right here, and bad in the sense like, like there's a good pain where it's like if you've been working out and your muscles are sore, it's like, oh man, that hurts. But it's like, you know why they hurt, and it means that something positive is going to happen. Then you have bad pains where it feels like, did I do something wrong? And not only that, it's not just like, did I do something wrong and bang something? It's like, have I been doing something wrong habitually over the past week in the way I've been typing or using my hands that I've produced a strain injury that could lead to lasting damage. That's what's going on with my
I have found
computer
that
right now.
all hand pain is bad pain.
Hmm.
How often do you
Well,
musculify your hands?
I mean, I've slammed my finger in a car door, and it's like, you know, that was a bummer, but it wasn't like, you know, I knew what happened and everything.
But I would still call it a bad pain
Yeah,
because you're not getting anything positive out of it.
McCain's got it. The bad pains are nerve pains usually. That's what worries me.
Unless is it joint style pain or nerve?
It feels like a repetitive stress injury, and those worry me because it feels like they just lead to you, I don't know, your skeleton trying to leap out of your body. All right, let's get to writing up the next one. Sometimes, like, okay, you know, sometimes you accidentally pluralize something and it's like, oh, you just accidentally typed an S. Like, the plural going from auxiliary to auxiliaries, right? You don't just, like, accidentally throw an S on the end there. Like, what is going on with me?
Because IES is such a common.
I just have a feeling, especially since, you know, we've been live streaming ourselves for like 2 hours a week for a few years now, that I don't know, like doctors are going to be able to go back and diagnose me as having some sort of degenerative illness, and it's going to be evidenced throughout, you know, these streams, and I'm going to be like, why didn't you do anything about it then? You know, from beyond the grave, because I'll be dead with massive bone failure. I don't know.
Or it's just IES is such a common thing that we type that, and you needed to type it in carries and your brain was already moving ahead.
Yeah. Oh man, if you want to talk about keyboards, this is the best keyboard I've ever had. Oh, it is so incredible. It changed my life. But now I do all my work on a laptop. Anyway.
I know I stole the keyboard because
Yeah.
now it's mine. At my computer where I'll be able to do more work after the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Now that David and Meridian have
So,
bought me a lamp.
Matisse, I really understand it, and I should honor your, you know, desire to be referred to as Matisse because, oh yeah, you can. It just takes a lot of effort. But I have been struggling with since 2012. Somebody has had my username on Instagram, and now Threads exists that uses your same username that you have on Instagram, and I'm still stuck with Ahtavrazar because Daedalus isn't there, despite the fact that I have Daedalus on everything. I even have Daedalus.com. It really, really upsets me. Somebody took it in 2012, clearly just to annoy me, and then just never logged into it again. They, I think, follow 0 people and have 4 followers and have never posted. And Instagram will not release the username for any reason. I even instant messaged this person, but there was no response because I really think that they just got it and left it. Anyway, just really, really frustrates me because
You should also, is Ahtavrazar a domain you can get? Because then you can link the two so that way people know you're both.
yeah. It's like, then what do I do? I mean, it was just a word of Dothraki that I chose. It's like, you could get all of them. You end up spending like, you know, $1,000 a year just registering domain names. Ugh.
Well,
It's not even a good one. I just came up with it on the spot because Daedalus was taken. That was it.
well, it is an existing, or at least it was. Twitter's a nightmare now, but like back in the day when Twitter was not such a nightmare, it was Ahtavrazar was somebody else's username on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because, and I found this out because on Instagram, if I wanted to tag you in a post from the LangTime Studio account, I had to obviously use Ahtavrazar, right? But if that then cross-posted, which it did, it automatically cross-post to our Twitter account, it would still keep the same username tag. And so it tagged this Ahtavrazar on Twitter, who's a race car driver. And I was like, well, I just tagged somebody
Honestly, that's really cool because it's like, well something like, Daedalus, that was completely unique to me. Octabrasar is just a word in Dothraki. Anybody can use it for whatever. I think it's pretty cool that a race car driver decided that's what they wanted for their Twitter handle. I like that. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So, next one is, or continuative, the whole reason that we started this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We need a form.
And this is going to be stay.
This is going to be stay.
Okay. We're going to come back up here. I think we had a couple. Oh, we could get like and ed. Those are staying kind of things.
Oh, yeah, they are, aren't they?
And so
we can also just solicit. We can solicit forms from anybody who wants to provide them. I'm sorry. Ooh. Yeah.
nothing happens to it.
Nope.
Move. Ah, anti-screw. Stay is to move. I'm staying. I don't think anything happens to Ur either.
No, and I don't think anything happens to Eb either. Yeah.
Okay, just checking. David's favorite.
Oh,
Wha.
God. Wham.
Oh, about lum.
Lum isn't bad. I like that.
Lum. Sounds very stay.
Here, let me get a poll going. Okay, what shall our stay auxiliary be? Okay. Move becoming move. For becoming for. Eb becoming eb, and
like literally nothing happens to any of these,
Lum
and I
becoming-
love that you're typing in both forms.
gotta be thorough. Bibloradian's watching.
And these are pronounced move,
Move
ur,
or
eb, lum,
lum, lum,
lum, lum.
lum.
It's not pharyngalized. We don't have to lum,
No, lum.
lum.
No. it's velar. Lum.
Lum.
Tongue tip should be touching the bottom of your mouth.
It was.
Lum.
And I know that because it was underneath my retainer. Lum.
You're not wearing your retainer right now.
My permanent one.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
always wearing it.
Oh, yeah.
And also, if I were wearing my non-permanent one, it would be on the top, and therefore it would not be under. That would be weird.
Yeah.
Anywho's it's.
It's kind of a tight race. Oh, no, now it's not as tight.
It's because I danced after suggesting mauve,
Yeah.
and that really did it
I like to move it.
by staying.
Okay, and we want to reduce it or no?
I feel like we should.
Our next auxiliary is the continuative auxiliary. Mole. Oh boy. Derived. Mole.
I think whatever it was in my eye has officially moved on. Like, I'm a little bit scared to celebrate, but like, I haven't had pain for like 10 whole minutes. Oh,
incredible.
this is exciting.
This is really good news.
This is Kopiko worthy because
Yeah.
we'll finish typing this, then we'll celebrate a second time. Because let me tell you, I was struggling. It's so crazy how these things can throw you off.
This is wonderful news for sufferers from PBS everywhere. This is a message of hope that recovery is possible.
I would like to say that to the real PBS, I support you and thank you for your educational efforts.
Ditto.
Don't want to add a bad connotation to a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, continuing to email.
He wasn't even done with his first Kopiko yet.
How do you finish yours so quickly and you don't crunch them?
I did.
Oh, never mind.
You just don't notice.
You crunch much more quietly.
Well,
Crunching in my family is historically, traditionally quite loud, especially for male members. My Uncle Ben is the loudest of the crunchers.
the loudest cruncher of all.
Mm-hmm.
I will be sure to make him a medal, so next time I see him, I can be like, "Congratulations, loudest cruncher."
All right. Okay, so it serves as the main verb in the sentence and takes and demotes the matrix verb to position of a essive argument.
I gotta say, like, I was doing something else in the document when you had actually typed this, so I heard the thrust part because it made me laugh how you pronounced it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't see that part about the attempting to jump onto a mossy embankment.
Mm-hmm.
And then that just reminded me of that video I sent you on
The kitty.
Instagram of this like little cat who's like trying to jump from one hay bale to the next and like is gearing up, and then like jumps and like just falls in between them. But like so cute. And that's what and that would be the cat is chewing at
Yep.
jumping.
I was specifically thinking of that video. And also, by the way, my pronunciation of thrust was a reference to the movie that you enjoy, Chicken Run.
Oh my God, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I found the problem. What is it? Thrust.
Yes.
What?
I had forgotten about that part. I love it. Great movie.
Okay.
And that rant the old chicken goes on. Americans. Overpaid, oversexed, and over here. Oh.
Okay.
Wait, has Meridian been introduced to Chicken Run? We need to
I don't
introduce
think
her
so.
to Chicken Run.
And then Golf. I'm pretty sure.
Do you want me to check it, or are you like...
The dog is still barking. Or the dog continues to bark.
Was it originally a huh?
Yes.
It's, mutation is indeed a G, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was looking at the A mutation. I momentarily was confused.
And then for H,
it gets deleted, but
oh right,
it causes the ohm.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And that was the only other one we needed to check, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can join you in the document again. And we can showcase our beautiful work here.
All right, I think we can delete the purple.
Yes, Miles. That makes Ben Captain Crunch.
Okay.
But yeah, we can delete the purple. Did you already do it?
No, I'm going to get there, but first.
Where did it go? Oh, damn. I don't know what this is going to do.
There we go. Congratulations.
My eye!
Cheers.
It works! And sorry, again, for the loudest stream ever. Oh my gosh. You know what?
Really?
Really, I couldn't tear it.
Oh, I thought you were just trying to do it quieter, and I was like, it's not going to work.
No, like, I could not tear it open. I'm still struggling. It's like...
This is
I surprised David with this heart that was, instead of filled with chocolate candies, it was like a big red heart. But when you open it, which looks like a chocolate candy heart, but when you open it, it was actually filled with beef jerky, which is super exciting. But like the jerky with individually packaged ones, so hard to open that like I think that's why we haven't finished them yet.
Yep.
Because it takes like you gotta like cut really close and then you gotta like peel, and like at no point does it finally just rip open. Worst packaging ever. So yeah, it like takes so much effort, and so yeah, we've still got a lot of, usually jerky goes really quickly in this house, but we still got jerky.
They still do stay safe and fresh, so it's very successful packaging in that regard. So
yes,
but yeah, and they're tiny little things. They're bite sized. Honestly, like if the packaging were simpler, we might have finished them all in one sitting. But you know, they remain.
But it takes so long to actually open one that it's like, okay, that was enough.
All right, back to our purple.
And one reason, by the way, that I specifically had gotten that kind of jerky heart for David, it may be the only jerky heart out there, but it had root beer jerky. And if you know David, you know he loves root beer.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's delete that. And so now we just have this got moved.
Yeah, it keeps kind of moving around. Did we not do a hypothetical? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hypothetical. Whoa.
Gone. All right. That leaves us with a future and a permissive. I want to suggest we delete the future. We've got enough going on here that I really don't think we need it.
I think that's fitting because dogs really focus on the here and now, and they don't think about such things as future. Therefore, their savings accounts tend to be much smaller than that of cats and mice, who obviously think about the future.
Believe it or not, it's actually the opposite. So by doing this, dogs save more money now.
That makes sense. Total sense.
Yeah. The theory, by the way, is that if the future tense isn't specifically marked, then the future seems more imminent. And so it's like, it could be coming at any time. And so you want to save your money because it just...
You're terrified.
Any moment, disaster could be looming.
And if you don't know about it, it's a really, really horrible study done by someone who I believe was an economics person.
Yep.
Where they tried to claim that the amount of money put aside for the future was related directly to a language either having a way to mark the future tense or not. Mm-hmm. Which, of course, anyone who studies language knows immediately that is really bad hypothesis. But it made a splash in even the academic world because it's like, oh my god, this was published, look, this is a thing. And people, it's amazing how many super educated, very intelligent people buy into those kinds of things because they don't actually understand language. Language is something that everyone uses, therefore everyone thinks they're an expert on it without studying it. And it's really difficult. Oh my gosh, George, I did not know there was an updated paper. Is it as bad as the original, or did he actually like take it back and say, yeah, that was a mistake?
I mean, if I've learned anything about from modern politics, I'm assuming that he doubled down, uh, just
Mm.
like went even further and said like depending on the length of your future auxiliary, we can determine exactly how much money you will save.
Mm.
So it's like if the auxiliary is shorter, you'll save more money because there's less auxiliary there, thinking about the future. If it's longer, then you'll save less money because the future seems that much further away. It's like two more letters away. Okay. Permissive, basically, all right. Do we want to bother with the permissive right now, or do we want to move on to a different area of language?
I feel an idea forming at the edges of my mind,
Okay.
playing with the same, um, playing with the valency increasing strategy that we've already got set up for causatives. Because this is our only valency increasing. We've got passive to reduce it. We set it up as if there's going to be more than one. I think some sort of like, let you do something. You can do something. I think we've got room for that. But I also think that could be the subject of our poll this week.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't have anything for can yet, right? Just a regular abilitive to be able to.
I think.
No, we don't.
We don't even have that.
So we could do that and tie it into like the permissive because sometimes you use the be able to one as a permissive.
Mm.
So we can do that and see if it's going to distinguish it.
Well, that could be one option. Do you mind?
Yeah, no, go for it. Jake, you're already in.
We didn't give you a choice, Jake. We were like, if we're doing this,
No.
Jake is gonna be here.
Yeah. You made some really, really funny comments earlier.
Jake did, or I did?
Jake did. So, yeah, everybody enjoyed your. Everybody enjoyed your anecdote about the broken mug at the coffee shop. Oh my gosh! Instantly became an LTS classic. Though I do want to say, as you're typing this up, I hope it's not coming too early, and the fact that it's Macbeth. Okay, but congratulations to Jonathan, regular viewer, who at this very moment is participating in the stage debut of a production of Macbeth that they're doing. So congratulations on that. Anybody who follows theater a little bit will know that Macbeth is that production that is like star-crossed, and there's all of these kind of like superstitions that surround it, that like you're not supposed to say the name of the play when you're rehearsing it, that there's a lot of bad luck associated with it, and blah 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 blah. But anyway, all that aside, really cool that Jonathan is participating, and that is why they're not here right now, and why we could get away with so much. Let's be honest. Yeah.
So true.
It's wild that we changed the word order, and also that it's no longer an analytical language, and that.
Oh, we also killed all the pharyngeals, if you recall.
Yeah,
I mean, we just essentially killed off that whole side of the IPHR.
And then you have to say the word dog in front of and after every single noun.
I mean, obviously, but it's got to be the word for dog in all the different dialects, and so like you've got to change it up. Otherwise, you're really not being a community supporter.
Oh wow, this could be a thing where it's like the official name of the dog languages. the tongue of
just
the
keeps going.
bump, 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 bump.
It's like the
bump,
official name of Los Angeles
Right.
originally.
Yeah. Anyway,
Now, we could just leave it here with listing options without actually listing any ideas for like verbs, but if we want to have ideas. But I think it would be good to either, like we're not saying whether be able to is going to exist or not, because there's probably going to be some way to say that, even if it's not like an auxiliary. There's going to be some like tag on or particle or something we can put in the sentence to indicate ability. The question is really focusing on the permissive. Are we going to have a permissive, specifically like some sort of construction, like a valency increasing permissive? One option is to know. You just got to figure it out in other ways. Option 2 is for the permissive to be the same as to be able to. So like in English can mean both, like you can leave, meaning like you're able to leave, but also like I'm letting you leave. You can leave now. Or option 3 is that we will have, both, but we're going to use two different auxiliaries, two different strategies for the permissive and be able to. So that permissive is in the world of the English teacher jokes, permissive would be may and be able to would be can.
Mm-hmm.
So you may leave versus you can't leave.
All right. Oh, and silly me.
Oh, goodness, yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
There we go.
And so I think we can leave it at that if we,
Yeah.
because I guess, coming up with ideas doesn't even really help if that's not the strategy we're going to go with. That could be next stream's problem.
Well, but we did do it for the last poll. Anyway, but
it didn't make it into the poll though, did it?
No, it did. Well, no, it didn't. But
Okay.
But it was useful for us because we ended up using, chew. So let's just actually do it down here, not tied to any options. Yeah, usually you use something related to strong, but that wouldn't make sense for this.
I was going to say push.
Good.
Kind of thinking from the permissive, like that encouraging push that they may give with their nose to another dog.
And
how about like something like to watch or to see, and the sort of like the acknowledgement of like I see it's happening and I'm not doing anything to stop it. So yeah, I'm letting it.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
Thinking specifically as like a connector between like the be able to and permissive. God, I wanted to say catch, but we've used it.
We have?
To catch, yeah. The catches are like essentially the perfective.
Oh yeah, it's perfective. Yeah.
But it's like so handy to think of it in that like, oh, you caught it, you can do it. Oh, Miles, to whimper. How would you view that working semantically? I'd love to hear your thought process. I feel like could able be a root that may have meant something else, but we no longer know? It's just now a root that essentially means able.
I mean, everything could mean that.
Right, but like,
In other words, I'm saying no. We're modeling good behavior. I do have an idea though.
no, but like that one for me, like if you want to say like I'm able to do something, I could envision these proto dogs like just making a noise, like watch me kind of thing, where it's like I can run, and it just ends up becoming like this noise that becomes associated with a word that like really just means like I'm doing it.
Well, that's not the same thing. That's not saying that we don't have the etymology of the word. The etymology of the word is onomatopoeic, and it has a story. See, it has reasoning.
Well, there you
behind
go.
it.
There was my story. You just shut me down before I said my story.
Oh, whimpering for the action could be asking for permission. Oh.
So that's really on the opposite side of permissive.
Yeah, that changes
like
the entire syntax of it.
Instead of I'll let you, it's sort of a.
You know what?
It's a beg.
Yeah, let's throw that out, but I want to keep that idea so that there's a word that originally means whimper, and maybe like the reduplication now means beg, and then like regular whimper just means ask. And Miles, since you came up with it, if you want to coin a form for it, just throw it in there. Just bear in mind that we're going to use a reduplicated form of it, so maybe something that makes sense to being reduplicated. Also, it feels like in reduplication, those mutations should apply where present.
Yeah. We should check other reduplicated forms that we've already made.
Have we made other reduplicated forms?
I thought we did. Yeah, Felpo.
Oh, yeah, none. So there's no there's no mutation there. My idea here, by the way, having a verb, we could have a verb that means to close the eyes, another verb that means to open the eyes. And what I was thinking about was, in particular, my dog Brandy. Her food was notoriously picked over by birds, but like she was a beagle. She would just lie down on the ground next to her bowl of food, and these birds would come up and just start eating her food. She would open her eyes, look at the birds eating her food, and just close her eyes and go right on back to sleep, as if she did not care at all that the birds were eating her food. And so that was my idea with close your eyes. So it's like you close your eyes to something, you allow it to continue. You
I really like
let
that
it
one.
happen.
What about, is this appropriate if this is mutation? Is this the correct? Because that's another one. But I think that's the only other one. I'm going to go check. This would be palatal, the I.
I don't think actually anything happens to it. Yeah, nothing happens to W, but something else happened where we just said W changes to V in certain circumstances. Can you go to the sound changes? It's somewhere in here having to do with W.
Well, then shouldn't I like search for a W?
No, let's go through all of them one by one.
Are you serious?
Yes, like just scroll generally. Just keep going, keep going. Like, hold on. Okay, no, keep going. Wait. Okay. Labialized consonants of their labelization. Full on consonants. Okay, no. Keep going. No. Intervocalic lenition. Is W in there?
Well, no, because this is the stops and the fricatives.
Okay, keep going. The consonant W becomes V after vowels.
Why?
Yes. Okay, so we need to go back to the chart.
Because intervocalic lenition should.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this one changes to V. That one changes to V.
This one does nothing, right?
It does not.
Because the M would have blocked it.
Yeah.
But this is hua. This is ai. And so
It'll be A.
well a, but
Yeah.
like the protoform was ai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when something
Uh,
what color code did you use?
when it lenites.
And
Yellow.
So like okay. I was like a little concerned there for a second. There we
Really,
go.
really good catch. For this one, does the M stay? So is it omwa or is it owa? I don't remember. Wait, go up to the.
We had it, I think somewhere.
We just say before a consonant and vowel, but was it before a consonant because it actually merged with it? And if it doesn't merge, does it stay? No. It's owa. Never mind. Okay. All right, but yeah, really, really good catch. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
Oh, Jake, stay safe and dry. Ooh, monsoon.
so yeah. So looking at our ideas real quick, I know we only have 3 minutes, but all of these ideas make a lot of sense for allow.
Yeah.
A couple of them might work with be able to. None of them are just like, this is be able to.
What else is something besides catch that represents like ability? That really, for dogs, like that really encapsulates.
Pounce? I know it's cat thing, but dogs also, excuse me, pounce.
Hmm.
We're brainstorming, putting it down.
I feel like I'm going to think of something good, but it also makes for bad live streaming to just watch me think.
Have we already used bite as an auxiliary?
I don't think so. I think we just created it.
Mm.
Yeah. That's the only place we mention it.
I'm going to throw it down, and then I'm going to open up the World Lexicon of Grammaticalization.
All right. I'm going to also put, I'm just going to put it, because like when dogs are playing with things,
Mm-hmm.
they have this look of accomplishment whenever they tear whatever they're playing with. Like,
Okay.
when they tear their toy in half that you just bought them 5 minutes ago. And they're like, yeah.
To make sure that we don't forget, can you kind of just write up that description? Because I really like it. I don't think I'm going to remember it.
It's like that sense of accomplishment from, I did it. Oh, okay, Danielle, because that is a good, so like the concept of retrieve, I want to keep that because you're right, like dogs are very proud when they get something, and that takes the catching idea to a different level, and I like that. I'm also going to put herd in here. Knowing that some of our dogs are herding dogs, like shepherd kind of dogs, because they're very proud when they're able to get things going.
That's also really good.
Carry is another one I like.
I'm not coming up with anything from the World Lexicon of Grammaticalization. I think I'm using the wrong term. like there's, hold on a sec. Like ablative is the first one. There's no like ablative or capable or can.
Hmm.
I'm gonna search for the word able and see what comes up.
Oh, that doesn't help. I was hoping to find the grammatical term, but that's Google's not immediately giving me what I want, so I'm done. Just done.
Here we go.
To be able.
PI possibility. That's what it's called. PI possibility.
Well, obviously, David. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so like to retrieve, like fetch, where it's like if you throw a frisbee and they bring it back to you, that is like retrieving the frisbee or retrieving the ball. And yeah, some of them are so well known for getting things, they're actually called retrievers, like golden retrievers.
So this is really easy, actually. We forgot this one. No. Don't worry about that one. I think there's suitable, which could be a thing, and then C possibility is listed as a possibility to get PI possibility, and then PI possibility is listed as a possibility to get C possibility. Take is another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good.
Okay, so it's, oh, by the way, these are, oh gosh, look at all of these. So there's PI possibility, which is ability. E possibility is just possibility. D possibility is permission. And C possibility is root possibility.
Those are wonderful names.
Yeah.
What's above C possibility? Oh, those are all the possessives with the B and the H and the.
Yeah.
Again, wonderful names. Okay, David, it's after 4 o'clock. I like our list of ideas.
I do too.
We have our options, so we are ready for the poll this week. Oh, woohoo! So much to celebrate today. My eye is back to normal. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so we hope you all you're back on it to end the stream.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will see you next Thursday to continue this journey.
That 100 in heart was for Dynanit's comment. All right. As we say, stay thee in grammar.
Especially Jake.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will see you all next week.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.